We're here at KingCast.net Mortgage Movies. As a former closing attorney, I had started working on a candidate forum dedicated to upside down and underwater home values and foreclosure, particularly fraudulent foreclosure, earlier this month when I met Seattle Stranger reporter Anzel Herz, who wrote today's compelling feature on the Phyllis Walsh foreclosure-assisted suicide. As per usual, and as I document across the country, the banks are continuing to violate the settlement decree that states that they must make good faith attempts to meet and confer with homeowners and to modify loans whenever possible. Now, we must pool our collective resources and target our efforts. In this short film, you'll see several different approaches to the situation by area organizers and lawyers. But the key thing to remember is that we must remain unified in our battle to make sure that the banks are held accountable for what the law clearly states. Be that in private negotiations, in state-sponsored mediation, or in the regular and bankruptcy courts of law, where B-10 proofs of claim must be set forth. The banks are very well funded and very well organized. In order for us to more effectively deal with them, we must marshal our resources. We need to fund this effort and target particular cases that are of a larger impact on the whole. For example, right here in the Walsh case, we see that MERS is on her assignment right there. That's questionable in Washington because of the Bain case right off the bat. So this candidate forum is the first of several initiatives that will continue as needed. The banks need to know that whenever they pull the trigger on foreclosure, that they could be dealing not only with any one of us, but all of us. And that includes City Council. So I commend Councilor O'Brien and candidate Sawant for being the first to RSVP for next week's event.
Creation of low-wage jobs. Most people are stuck in jobs that don't pay enough, nearly enough for their basic standard of living. They're not talking about having the luxuries.
All of the nerve endings in the back of my ear were ripped out.
I could see how the city, the government could react in a way that's not particularly helpful. Is May, June, July, the problem comes back, 2 or 3 months later we get out here and finally it's like, okay, it seems like the problem's gone.
We're going to go over to the Bank of America and we're going to go picket for an hour. This is going to be every Friday. We're going to meet up here at 4:15 and we're going to hit the Bank of America. We're going to keep hitting them up until they negotiate with Jane's family. They're stealing Jane's home right now.
Right, so you help people marshal their resources to prepare for the war, be it mediation or full-on litigation.
Well, I feel like we sort of give people a quiver full of arrows, and when the time is appropriate for the given arrow, we pull it out.
You don't have to let the banks decide what's in the best interest of you. What you can do is you can figure out what makes the most sense for you, and then you can just take it.
So you heard the Financial Revival Group ad and you contacted Howard Bono, and what was your experience with that?
I was shocked. I was just amazed. He showed us the program and said, here's all these different options. I mean, it wasn't all to walk away from your house. I mean, they would help with modifications, they'll help with anything. They were just there to help, and they were answering our questions, and they were sitting there. Everything was falling in line that said, this is where we need to be. This is what we need to be doing.
And making challenges to standing issues, which are those issues you were talking about when you said you got to know who to pay.
Right.
Which means that in a lot of cases, the people who are seeking to foreclose on these people can't prove that they're entitled to the money.
Sir, why won't the bank negotiate with her? Sir, has the bank shown a clear chain of title for this property? And that they're the real party in interest? Any of that? Sir? Sir, did you hear my question? Sir?
One, two, three, four. No more shares, not 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we can negotiate. Bank of America, we're having a protest here today because you will not take Jane's money. You will not negotiate with Jane.
Was I in your way?
Jane now wants to pay to stay at her home.
I was a law enforcement attorney, man. I'm an independent journalist. I mean, I'm not here to cause any trouble. I'm just here to document what's going on. Officer, please don't run up on me like that again. But what all of you officers need to realize is this. And I'll tell you this as a former state attorney, a trial-winning criminal defense attorney, and title insurance producer. The real crimes are not being witnessed in the parking lot, guys. They are being conducted by lender processing services, Bank of America, and other banks like Citibank, who, according to the GOA, launder Mexican drug money, and they also defraud consumers and engage in fraud closure with false and forged documents after they have securitized the originals, got payment from that, got paid out of TARP, and will get foreclosure insurance payouts while they have their prearranged buddies pick up the houses in sham auctions. You and people you know and love are victimized by this, officer, because of the depressed economy in general and property values in particular. So your friends' houses are upside down now. So don't be hating on me. We're friends. We're brothers. Just remember that.